Another huge week out in the Championship as Preston North End flirted with the top. Who's going to be leading the way as we enter yet another international break? We'll take a little look next. Oh, by the way, we're live. Rovi T. Anytime now. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at, match day number 16 out in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all hear under our Roskies. Yes, we are a little bit ahead of schedule. We've been an hour later than now, but needs must and all that. Bills to be paid, got to go to work, all that kind of stuff. So we are here. Welcome, Liam Martin. It looks like it's just you and me today, so it'll be nice and quick. We can just, you and I will bat through this, and we'll take a little look at the predictions. Let's take a look at those predictions right here, right now, folks. See how well we got on last weekend. Ultra Omen Murat, welcome. Josh Toman, welcome. Yes, welcome to the live stream. We are here to take a look at match day number 16 out in the Championship. Tomorrow we'll be back for Premier League. So here we are. Let's have a look at the grading criteria. Nightmare Seeker, am I glad to see you, Sunny Jim? 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 6, you're in the strict-faced club. And 7+, you're in the top banana. I tell you what, I'm not in the top banana this week. I've absolutely had a bit of a nightmare. Not too bad of a nightmare, but a big of a nightmare anyway. Welcome, George, West Bromwich Albion. You're doing bits, aren't you? You guys are doing absolute bits in the league right now. So let's take a look, folks. It's just us. It's just a small band of men right here. We're going to have a look at the fixtures and results. So kicking it all off last weekend, it was Barnsley up against Bristol City. Huge result for Barnsley, this one, despite, not coming out with a win. But a big, massive point against the high-flying Bristol City. Hello, Lewis G. Welcome to the gang. I actually went with a... what did I go with on this one? I can't remember. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Bristol City. So I got that one wrong. Just 1 goal shy of that, though. Not bad. Not a bad pick. Wigan against Swansea. That was another close encounter. 2-1 final score. Late drama in that one, I think. Swansea picking up the big W as well. Wigan, for me, I went with them. I thought they were going to be rock solid at home. But no. So a valuable win for them. But probably the result of the weekend was at Ewood Park, boys and girls. We were 5 minutes away from losing. 5 minutes away from losing this game. But we didn't just draw it, folks. We overall and smashed it. 2-1 winners at Ewood Park over Sheffield Wednesday. I called it. I thought we'd get the better of high-flying Sheffield Wednesday. I went with a 3-2 winner. But 2-1 in the end. Now, if I'm honest with you, I don't think we actually deserved to win that. But I know we didn't deserve to lose. So, yeah. We'll take that, though. We'll take that to the bank. Moving forward, Brentford against Huddersfield. They are on the up. They are on the rise, Huddersfield. 1-0 win away from home. They are flying up that table. They're going to be in that. I'm calling it. They're going to be in the playoff mix already. 2-0 for Brentford for me, so I got that one wrong. Cardiff, Birmingham was a 6-goal thriller, 4-2 win for Warnock's boys. I actually went with Cardiff on this one. Went with a 1-0 win, but yeah, it was goals galore in that one. The trouble and strife over at Derby it seems to be a positive thing for them at the moment. 2-0 win against Middlesbrough, who are on a sinking stone towards League One if shit doesn't get sorted out. 3-1 for me, so I got the right result on that one. Right goal deficit as well. Moving forward, Fulham, surprise one here. Hull picked up an away day victory, a convincing away day victory over Fulham at the Cottagers. 3-0 in the end. I actually went with Fulham on this one, 2-0. Moving forward, Rovers next opponents, Leeds United, 2-0 for them over QPR. Business-like performance for them. I actually went with a 3-1 win for Leeds, so not too shabby on that one as well. Luton against Forest, goals, well, I won't say goals galore, but 3 goals in it. Forest coming back into it after their match was postponed last week. 2-1 in the end for Forest. I actually went with a 1-1 draw. I thought Luton would get something out of this. Reading continued their resurgence under the new management. 2-1 win over Millwall, who also recently appointed their new manager, Rowett. So big win for Reading. I actually went 2-1 the other way on this one. No, Nightmare Seek, I'm not too sure. We'll have a look in a minute. I think you did pretty good in one of the other leagues. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, though, because I've seen a lot of names flying around. Charlton against Preston. That was a 1-0 win for Charlton, which sent them top of the league. I actually went with a 2-2 draw on this one, so I got that one wrong. And wrapping it up, West Brom beat Stoke 2-0. I actually went with Stoke. I thought that, and this was made prior to the dismissal of Nathan Jones. And they're on the lookout for a new manager. Who's it going to be? Should we have a little look at that, shall we? Should we do the next Stoke manager odds? Let's take a little look at that one then, shall we? If my machine will let me do it. If you're watching and you got your own predictions, who do you think will be the next Stoke manager? Well, the current bookmakers' odds on the next manager is Tony Pulis, going back to his old stomping ground, 2-1, which is a bit of a surprise one. Alex Neil, still not going away. I know Preston have said he ain't going anywhere. He's in there. Alan Pardew's third favourite. Neil Harris is in there, 4-1 as well. Chris Hughton, 5-1. Uwe Rosler's in the mix as well. Looks like they're going for a cheap option here. Doesn't surprise me. Paul Ince is in the market as well, which is absolutely crazy to talk about Paul Ince coming in as manager. But anyway, if you're watching now or later on, get your own predictions in. Who do you think will be the next Stoke manager? Moving forward, let's take a look at the current situation over in the Championship. I got one of these. Just to say. Let's take a look at what you guys got on. So we are QPR. I'm all over the place. There you are, Nightmare Seeker. Not too shabby today. Maybe Benitez can come back from China. Yeah, I doubt it. Constable 1976. But Nightmare Seeker with the straight face gang. I must say my animations are going to be all over the place here. We are QPR. Not too bad for him. Russell Frast. Not too bad for him as well. No Code Drinker. Straight face club. Noah Haynes. Straight face gang. Kelsey Shambangu. Not too shabby as well. Ultra Omiya Murat. I think you're in the thing as well. You did pretty terrible this week. I'm not too shabby. Chris Hughton would be an absolute barnstorming appointment. And I'm very jealous if that was to happen. And okay, he did. Okay, indeed. Adia Petra. We'll take a look at you in a minute. Bay plays NFFC. He's gone with a straight face club. Adia Petra with a thumbs up. Top banana for you. Welcome. Victor Fisher, also straight face gang. Couple more here. Blumbo Tough, straight face gang. And Billy Spencer, straight face club as well. So those guys with the top banana will give you a round of applause. Let's see if you can do it again this weekend. And it is the last weekend before international break. It's upon us. This is what the current table looks like out in the Championship. West Brom lead the way. So, matey boy here will be nice and happy with that one, wouldn't ya? 2 points clear off Preston North End, who are in second. Leeds are in third. Swansea fourth. Forest fifth. And Bristol City are sixth. It is a very, very tight league. As you can see, anybody from 12th could be in the playoffs at the end of this match day. Rovers, we won't be in the drop zone, but we could be in a bit of a shit zone if we don't turn things around a little bit. Anyway, folks, let's take a little look at what's going on this weekend. Obviously, another slam pack schedule over in the Championship. We're going to kick it all off over at the Forest ground, and it will be a bit of a derby. This one, Nottingham Forest up against Derby County. The last 6 games between these two sides: 2 wins for Forest, 1 win for Derby, 3 draws along the way. The result to this game last season was actually 1-0 in the league, but they also played in the League Cup, and it was a 3-0 win for Forest. So Derby are looking for a bit of a revenge, I would say, a bit of sweet revenge. Can they get it? We'll have to wait and see. The bookmakers' odds on this one. Yeah, get your predictions in. Get your predictions in nice and early. Liam Martin's already in there with his picks. 11-10 for Nottingham Forest. 5-2 for Derby. 5-2 for the draw. Let's take a look at the current table. Suggests a Forest win. They currently find themselves 5th in the table. A win for them could go 2nd once again. As for Derby, they find themselves 15th in the table. A win for them could see them rise to 7th in the table. Back in the game, boys. Back in the game. Liam Martin comes in with a 2-1 win for Forest. Constable's gone with a 2-0 win for Forest. OK's gone with a 1-1 draw. Jaden Cook with a 2-0 win for Forest. Nightmare Seeker with a 1-1 draw. Ultra Omen Murat with a 1-1 draw as well. Now, you guys that are predicting in the chat, make sure you get them in the comment section down below as well, so we can take a little look at your scorecards and all when we come back from the international break. Lewis G with a 1-0 win. Jack Northfield says, as a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I'm hoping we can get at least a point against Swansea. We'll talk about that one a little bit further down, but it is a tight old game, but you're at home, so you know what, you never know. For me, what have I got on in there? I'm going with the goals galore on this one. 5 goals in it. 3-2 win for Forest. And that potentially could send them into 2nd spot, depending on what. In fact, it will send them up to 2nd spot, I think. Maybe goal difference. Maybe goal difference will stop them. But big win for them to get them back into the top 2 conversation. Into Saturday's main games, or the games that kick off at 3 o'clock. I know it says 4 o'clock here, but that's European time. But we'll juggle that. So Barnsley will take on Stoke City. Will they have a new manager at the helm, and who will it be? We already talked about some suggestions for a new manager. If they're wise and they do bring Chris Hughton, I think they'll start firing up that table. Otherwise, if they go the cheap option, and no disrespect to some of these guys, your Uwe Roslers, your Nigel Atkins, who else did we mention? I don't know, but some of those guys were pretty woeful, and I don't think that's going to be a a breath of fresh air for Stoke fans. Anyway, coming into this game, the last 5 encounters between Barnsley and Stoke, 1 win for Barnsley, 1 win for Stoke, 3 draws along the way. Now, the last time that these two sides did play over at Oakwell, it was a 3-3 draw back in 2007. The goal scorers on that day, if you want to know, Liam Lawrence. Yes, Liam Lawrence with a hat-trick, 2 penalties and a strike in there. Jonathan Macken got himself a couple of goals as well for Barnsley, and Brian Howard from the spot. So hopefully we could be in for a bit of a barnstorming game this week at Oakwell. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Stoke coming to this bottom of the table, 8 points on the board. Barnsley just above them. It is that close, and it's a huge game for both sides. Obviously, with Stoke without a manager, it'll be a good chance for the rest of the team to break away a little bit, especially Barnsley. Odds. What's the odds on this one? 9-5 for Barnsley, 6-4 for Stoke, 12-5. The draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? Well, we've got Lewis G. Nope, we've got Jaden Cook with a 1-0 win for Stoke. Constable with a 2-0 win for Barnsley. Jack Northfield with a 1-1 draw. Nightmare Seeker's gone with a 2-1 win for Barnsley. OK's gone 3-1 Barnsley. Ultra Omen Murat's gone with a 2-1 win for Stoke. Liam Martin's gone for Barnsley 2-1. Edgar Samuel, welcome to the gang. 3-2 win for Derby. He's gone opposite of what I've gone for here. For me on this one, I'm actually going with Barnsley as well. 2-1 in the end. I think at Oakwell, I just look at their form book from last season coming into this. They were quite hard to beat at Oakwell on the home turf. So I expect a similar sort of response this weekend. Moving forward, we have Birmingham up against Fulham this weekend. Now, the last 6 games between these two sides in all competitions and all venues have been 4 wins for Birmingham, 1 win for Fulham, and 1 draw along the way. The last time Fulham picked up the victory was at the Craven Cottage in 2017. And the last time that these two sides did play over at St Andrews was a 3-1 win back in 2018. Lucas Jakewicz with the goal, Harley Dean as well, Che Adams amongst the scorers, Tom Kearney bagged the only goal for Fulham. The bookmakers' odds on this one, they go with, where are we? Birmingham, 21-10 for the hosts, 13-10 for the visitors, 12-5 for the draw. Coming into this, Birmingham sit 12th in the table, a win away from 5th. Potentially Fulham also into this in 8th spot, a win for them from 5th as well. So they both could rise into the playoffs on this one. Let's have a look at their form. So Fulham's form is pretty woeful, just 1 win out of 5. Birmingham, though, 3 wins out of 5 as well, so it's pretty good form. But they do come into this, they both come into this on the back of a defeat. So pretty ropey. Edgar Samuel joins us with the last one, 2-0 win for Barnsley. Mickey Ene, welcome, top of the league. Yes, you guys are on fire. He's also got his picks in there, 2-2. A 2-1 win for Barnsley on this one. Constable's going with a 3-1 win for Fulham. Jaden Cook with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Edgar Samuel with a 2-2 draw. Ultra Omen Murat with a 3-2 win for the visitors. OK's going with a 2-1 win for Birmingham. Mickey Ene with a 1-1 draw. Nightmare Seeker with a 2-1 win for the Cottagers on this one. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for the Brummies. I'm going to give it to them. I know Fulham are good, but I just think they've hit a rough patch. And Scotty Parker's starting to get found out a little bit. I've got a little small inkling in my tummy that he's not going to make it to the end of the season. I think they need to turn the screw around a little bit and tighten up their shackles, because they need to be in those. You know, the money they spent last season, I know they kind of cleaned out some of the deadwood this year, but they're still paying a lot of wages. And they need to get back into the Premier League this time of asking. Anyway, let's get forward and take a look at Hull City against West Brom, Mickey's boys. We actually got a couple of you guys watching on the old chat. So let's take a look at this bad boy. Where are you, Hull? So the last 6 games between these two sides in all competitions and all grounds, it's 3 wins for West Brom, 1 win for Hull, 2 draws along the way. Now, this time last season at the K-Com, it was a 1-0 win for Hull. That was back around about the same time as well, it was around about November. Fraser Campbell with the goal. He's obviously now at Huddersfield's books. Now, the last 6 games over at the K-Com between these two sides, 2 wins for Hull, 1 win for West Brom, 3 draws along the way. That win for West Brom was back in 2008. Kevin Phillips on the score sheet. James Morrison as well. Is that right? 3-1 winners. Roman Bednar as well. Richard Garcia, the goal scorer for Hull. The bookmakers' odds, what do they think of this one? 21-10 for Hull, 23-20 for West Brom. So West Brom are favourites, 11-4. The draw. Now Hull City come into this 11th in the table, a win away from going in the playoffs. That's how tight it is, folks. That's how tight it is. Obviously, West Brom lead the way. A win for them. They could potentially break away and have a 5-point lead at the top of the table if things go for them this week. So what you guys got for me in the chat? Edgar Samuel's in there with a 3-1 win for Hull. Nightmare Seeker's going for West Brom. Jaden Cook with a 3-2 win for Hull as well. Jack Northfield with a 1-1 draw. OK with a 1-1 draw. Ultra Omen Murat with a 2-2 draw. And Constable's going with a 3-0 win as well. Want them back in the Premier League so they can get beaten by my beloved Bournemouth. Again, he says. Yeah, well, it's a tight one, this one. Obviously, Hull have 3 wins on the spin for Hull coming into this. West Brom, though, 5 games unbeaten. They've only lost once this season. And who was that against? I'll tell you. Who was that against? Any West Brom fans want to chirp in? It was Leeds. West Brom 2-0, to be honest. If Bowen shows up, it might be tricky, but I don't see us losing. I don't know. I don't know what I've gone for this one. I might have to break some people's hearts here. I'm actually going with big. Whoa! Where did I pick that son of a gun out of? 3-0. Holy shnikes. Let's delete that son of a gun. Quick. You didn't see nothing. No, I'm going to stand by it. 3-0. Hull City to smash it. 3-0 at home. Sorry, Mickey. Unfortunately, I'm going with that one. Liam Martin, West Brom, 2-0. You missed mine, mate, did I? I did miss yours. I do apologise, buddy. Ian Thompson with the 2-1 win for Hull. Okay, so it's not too bad. But don't worry, folks. It's Leeds against Rovers next. Leeds against Rovers. Of course I'm going to go with Rovers. We're going to piss all over these Leeds bad boys. Yeah, so here we go. Leeds against Rovers. Woo! The last 6 games in all competitions and all grounds, 5 wins for Leeds, 1 win for Rovers. That was last season actually at home. We beat them 2-1. Now I've just finished recording the preview to this one. The game against Leeds last time at Ellen Road was an absolute weird one. It was a weird one. It was over Christmas. We lost 3-2, but we actually were leading. We took the lead towards like the 90th minute or something. We were 2-1 up, but we only bloody lost it 3-2. We only bloody lost it 3-2 in the end. So and then in the same game at Ewood Park, we won 2-1. I don't think we deserved to win it. So, but anyway, the bookmakers' odds on this one: Leeds 100%. They are super duper favourites, 147 on. Rovers 6-1 long shot, 17-5 to draw. The situation in the table: Rovers find themselves in 16th in the table. Leeds are in 3rd, a win away from top if they were to get the big fat 3 points. What you guys got for me in the chat? Well, Liam Martin's gone with a 3-0 win, yeah. Edgar Samuel, my new best mate, he's gone with a 2-1 win for Rovers. Constable's gone with a 1-0 win for Leeds. Mickey Ennie, no way we'll lose. I know. Yaya Thompson with a 2-1 win. Another best mate of mine just come in to the ranks. Nightmare Seeker with a 3-1 win for Leeds. Ultra Omen Murat, are you also my new best buddy as well? 3-1 win for Rovers. OK with a 2-1 win for Leeds. Mickey Ennie is going with an optimistic 2-2 draw. I think he's trying to make sure Leeds don't catch up with his West Brom bad boys. That's what he's trying to do there. For me, I can't see anything but a Leeds win. Unfortunately, I know I love my blue and white, but maybe a bit of reverse psychology, eh? Maybe a bit of a hoodoo over Leeds, and maybe we can actually be the winners. Maybe we'll show up. On Saturday and actually piss all over them. That would be good. That'd be good for the league if we come up there and do what Hull City did to Fulham on their own turf and actually spank them. Moving forward, we've got Millwall up against Charlton Athletic. Obviously, Charlton are still doing bits in the league. They're 10th in the table, surprising everybody else. However, they come into this with just 1 win out of the past 6, so it's not great. Millwall on the flip side, they're in 17th spot. Under new management, Gary Rowett is in charge. 2 defeats out of the past 6 games. It's not terrible form, but they're not winning as many games as they want. Coming into this, they played each other. Of the last 6 occasions, it's been 3 victories for Millwall, 0 for Charlton, 3 draws along the way. Now, the last time that these two sides did meet over at the Den, it was a 3-1 win back in 2016. Both of these two teams were in League One on that day. Steve Morrison with a double, Nicky Ajose for Charlton, and Aidan O'Brien as well on the score sheet. Now, the last 6 games over at the Den has been 4 wins for Millwall, 2 for Charlton, 2 draws along the way, 0 wins for Charlton. So they're unbeaten in 6. When playing at home. So I'm leaning towards Millwall. I can't remember what I put because I made these predictions like a day or so ago. What the bookmakers think? The bookmakers think 21-20 for Millwall, 11-4 for Charlton, 12-5 are the draws. So the bookmakers are going with Millwall on this one. What have you guys got? Mickey, they are 4 o'clock kickoffs because this is European. This is a European thing I've got going on here. It's 3 o'clock kickoffs. Constables all over it. Yes, someone beat me to it. Okay, he's gone with a 1-0 win for Millwall. Constable with a 2-0 win for Millwall. Edgar Samuel with a 2-2 draw. Nightmare Seeker with a 2-1 win for Charlton. Mickey's gone with a 2-1 win for Charlton. Ultra Omen Murat with a 2-1 win for Millwall. Ian Thomas with a 5-1 win for Charlton. Constable's already playing ahead of us. We've got to keep up with him. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for Millwall. They'll continue their unbeaten run with Charlton. And then I think Charlton's bubble has burst a little bit. Liam Martin with a 2-1 win for Charlton. I think Charlton are going to slowly come back. I'm not saying they're going to go down. I just think they're going to start, having a bit of a rough ride towards the back end of this. Because December, after the international break, it is the period where it really matters. Because there's so many games happening between the middle of November to January. There's like 8-9 games in that cluster, and you need to be picking up the points. And that's why some Preston North End fans were a little bit too eager the other day when they got top of the pops. They're slow, they're pissed down. It's just started November. Hang the phone. Anyway, speaking of Preston, we're up next. They're up next, should I say. Up against high-flying or resurged or revamped Huddersfield. They are on the up. 4 wins for Preston at the last 6. 2 for Huddersfield. That's between each other. The last time that these two sides did play over at Deepdale was a 3-1 win back in 2016. Goal scorers on that day, Clark, Baptiste and Gallagher. Naki Wells for Huddersfield. The bookmakers, what do the bookmakers think? 3-4 on for Preston, 15-4 for Huddersfield, 27-10 for the draw. If you were going to take a bet right now, I would go for Huddersfield. I'll take a fiver on Huddersfield to win. I can't remember what I put, but I think Huddersfield, they've turned things around. If you look at them in the form book, they were unbeaten in 6, winning 4 out of the past 6 games. Actually, if I take a look at the overall form, they must be top of the table form-wise. They must be top of the table. I'll have a quick scan here. Yep, they are leading the way. They are the top team out in the Championship form-wise at the past 6 games. Preston, though, are 3rd. So it's not plain sailing for them this week. But they should give them a game. I'll give them that. Did I give you the bookies? I did give you the bookies. What you guys got for me in the chat? Constable's going with a 3-2 win for North End. Nightmare Seeker's going with North End as well. 2-0. Mickey Ennan with a 4-0 win for North End. Liam Martin 2-0 as well for Preston. Constable, sorry, I missed Huddersfield because Bournemouth always beat them. I miss Huddersfield. Oh, yes. Lyle O'Neill with a 2-1 win for North End. Edgar Samuel with a 1-1 draw. Ian Thomas with a Huddersfield victory. Ultra Omen Murat with a 3-2 win for North End. Preston are a bit jammy. They were jammy against us, but we're just shit. We're just shit right now. So I'm actually going to go with North End. Yes, Huddersfield are on the charge, but North End at home seem to have it under the hood. Have they got the longevity though? I fear not. I don't think they're going to be in there at the end of it. They're going to have a massive couple of months ahead of them to see if they could be in the top 3 by Feb. Then yeah, maybe. Next up we have QPR, my best buddies. Me and QPR are like this. We're tight. In fact, all them fans hate me because I predicted them to go down, and right now they are flying high. The last 6 games now. This is a must-win game for Middlesbrough. The last 6 games between the two sides. 5 wins for Middlesbrough, 1 win for QPR. That victory was last season at Loftus Road or whatever they call it these days. 2-1 win for QPR. But Middlesbrough like playing QPR, and they picked up 5 victories along the way. The past 6 encounters. If you take a look at the last 6 games over at Loftus Road, it's been 3 wins for QPR, 3 wins for Borough. Prior to last year's victory, it was Middlesbrough's back-to-back victories for them, scoring 6 goals. In fact, they've scored 7 goals in 3 encounters over at Loftus Road. The bookmakers' odds are going to go with QPR though, 19-20 on for QPR, 11-4 for Middlesbrough, 11-4 the draw. Obviously, Middlesbrough have an absolute nightmare. They are 22nd in the table, just 2 wins all season, 12 points on the board. We haven't had a victory in 6 games at the least. QPR coming to this 9th in the table. Have a bit of a ropey patch for them. 3 games without a win for them. What you guys got for me in the chat? Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for the Rangers. Constable's gone 3-0 as well. Nightmare Seeker with a 1-0 win. Lionel Nell with a 3-2 win for QPR. Edgar Samuel with a 2-0 win for QPR. Mickey Ennan with a 1-1 draw. Ultra Omen Murat with a 1-1 draw on this bad boy as well. It's a funny old game this year. Football is weird. I still stand by my prediction. I don't think QPR are going to get promoted. I do not think. Got to shoot. Great stream as always. No worry, Mickey. I hope to see you very, very soon. All the best yourself. So for me, I'm giving it to QPR this one because Middlesbrough are just having that kind of afternoon, or not afternoon, that kind of season. They need to get rid of Woodgate big time and bring in Chris Hughton, the most sought after probably manager that's readily available. Stoke should be going after him. Middlesbrough should be going after him. If I put my hand on my heart, Rovers should be going after him as well, because he is hot property, and he's it was quite upsetting to see him getting laid off from Brighton unfairly, if I'm honest with you. Kept him in the Premier League, but yeah, it's quite surprising. Any other ones? Ian Thompson with a 2-0 win for Borough as well. Moving forward is Reading up against Luton this weekend, the Matchday. Coming into this, the last 6 encounters between two sides, 4 wins for Reading, 1 win for Luton, 1 draw along the way. That's going all the way back to 2001. The last victory for Luton was a 3-2 win at Kenilworth Road in 2006, whereas Reading did beat them in 2008 in the League Cup 5-1. Goal scorers on that day: the Hunt brothers, Noel and Stephen. Alex Pearce was on the score sheet, Jem Cadacan and James Henry as well. Ryan Charles, the only goal for Luton. Now, the bookmakers' odds on this one, what do they see? 88 to 100 for Reading, 29 to 10 for Luton, 14 to 5 the draw. Coming into this, though, Luton find themselves 21st in the table, 3 defeats on the spin. Reading, on the flip side, are in 19th spot, unbeaten in 3. That include 2 wins as well. Win for them. Win for Reading could see them rise above Rovers into 16th spot. A win for Luton could see them rise above Huddersfield into 18th spot. We'll have to see what pans out with that one. We are going to kick it off with Liam Martin. Opens up with a 2-1 win for Luton. Edgar Samuel with a 2-1 win for Luton as well. Ian Thomas has gone with Reading with a 2-1 win. I keep saying bring back Benitez. He won't come back. He's in this. He's rolling. He has baths in the money. Showers in money over there in China. Nightmare Seeker with a 0-0 draw. Ultra Omen Muir with a 2-0 win. And Constable with a 2-2 draw. Ian Thomas he's just one step ahead of me. I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for Reading under Bowen. They've turned a massive corner. They feel good about themselves at the moment. They're on the rise. The bubble will burst. Don't worry. This is just new manager bouts. They will burst, and then I'll probably end up in mid-table. But I'm sure they'll take that, considering where they were at the start of the season. As for Luton, they are a sinking ship themselves. There'll be 4 defeats on the spin, and not looking good at the moment. Moving forward, Sheffield Wednesday up against Swansea City. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday were outplayed, outfought, and outthunk last weekend as they lost to Rovers at Ewood Park. But they're back again at home at Hillsborough to take on Swansea City, a team they've not had the best of luck over the past 6 encounters. 3 wins for Swansea, 1 win for Sheffield Wednesday, and 2 draws along the way. However, this time last season, when they did duke it out last year, it was a 3-1 win for Swansea. 3-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Yes, it was. Goal scorers on that day: Adam Reach. I'm sure both of them were absolute screamers. And Stephen Fletcher. Oliver McBurney, no longer with Swansea. He was also on the score sheet for the visitors. Coming into this, the bookmakers' odds, those see 23 to 20 for Sheffield Wednesday, 12 to 5 for Swansea, 12 to 5 for the draw. Swansea City sit nice and pretty in 4th. That's a bloody belting rhyme. Swansea City sit nice and pretty in 4th spot. Sheffield Wednesday sit in 7th spot. A win for Sheffield Wednesday could get them back into the playoffs into 5th spot. A win for Swansea could go top of the league. That's right. They could get to 31 points, which would see them leapfrog West Brom, Preston, and Leeds. But depends on what goes on elsewhere. So I'm pleasantly surprised with Swansea City's their rise to the water top of the table. I didn't expect it whatsoever. I expected mid-table mediocrity for them. Sheffield Wednesday with Monk, I thought there would be. I actually predicted Sheffield Wednesday to struggle this season. Once Bruce left, I just thought, you know what, these boys are on a hiding for nothing. But they're doing good. They're in 7th spot at the moment. Things could drastically turn around for them as well. They could find themselves back in mid-table as well if things don't go their way. What you guys got for me in the chat? Ian Thomas with a 1-0 win for Swansea. Liam Martin with a 2-1 win for the Swans. Edgar Samuels going with Swansea as well. 3-1 in the end. Constable's going with the Sheffield Wednesday 3-2 victory. Ultra Omen Murat with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Nightmare Seekers going with a 5-goal bonanza. 3-2 win for Swansea in the end. Like I said, a win for Swansea would go top of the pops. But I'm actually going to give it to Swansea. 2-0 in the end. I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to feel the pain a little bit from their collapse against Rovers last week. And they'll just won't show up. Don't worry, folks. They'll be back into contention once again. But Swansea could go potentially top of the league with that victory. Moving forward, it is Wigan up against who are they? Brentford this weekend. Brentford are on a bit of a surge themselves. Wigan are starting to hit a bit of a wobbly form right now. The last 6 games between these two sides, 1 win for Wigan, 2 wins for Brentford, 3 draws along the way. This match last season ended up 0-0, no goals whatsoever. Obviously, Brentford have got a better keeper these days. So, I want to say that it's just because he's an ex-Rover from our academy. The bookmakers' odds, what do they think about this one? They're going to go with a 11-4 win for Wigan, evens for Brentford, so they are favourites, 5-2 the draw. Coming into this, Brentford are on the rise. They did lose last time out though, but prior to that, 3 wins on the spin. Wigan on the flip side, they have 2 wins out of the past 6 games, but haven't won a game in 3. So it's not great. It's not great form, lads. It's not great form. A win for Wigan though would see them rise possibly above Rovers to 16th spot, and a win for Brentford could see them rise to 7th in the table. That's how tight it is. We've got some couple of picks in the house. Liam Mark kicked us off with a 2-0 win for Brentford. Bedenia with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. That's the prior game. Bedenia's also joined in with a 1-0 win for Brentford. Constable with a 1-0 win for Wigan. Thanks for Brooks, Brentford. Edgar Samuel with a 3-2 win for Brentford. Nightmare Seeker with a 2-1 win for Brentford. Ultra Omen Murat with a 2-1 win for the visitors on this one as well. Brooks is a bit of a player, isn't he? He's a bit of a talent, should I say? For me, I'm actually going to go with a victory for Wigan. They are pretty decent at home. Can I have a look at the home form or the home table? Wigan, where are they? They've lost twice at home. They sit 11th in the home table. Rovers are 14th in the home table. As for the away table, where does Brentford sit? They currently sit 6th in the away table, picking up 12 points on the road, 4 wins and 4 defeats on the grand scheme of things. But I'm going with Wigan on this one, and we're wrapping it up on Sunday. It is Cardiff up against Bristol City. This one's a bit of a belter, isn't it? Coming into this, Cardiff sit 14th in the table. Not great for them, really. Bristol City sits 6th in the table. Just the 1 defeat out of 6 for Bristol City coming into this. Cardiff, 2 defeats out of 6 as well. But a lot of draws along the way. The recent record between these two sides in all competitions and all venues. 4 wins for Cardiff, 1 win for Bristol City, 1 draw along the way. The last time that these two sides played at Cardiff was a 1-0 win for the hosts. Bookmakers odds, they think evens for Cardiff, 27-10 for Bristol City, and 13-5. The draw on this one. We got a couple picks in there, at least one. What are you guys thinking on this one? Did I say a win for Charlton? Sorry, a win for Cardiff could see them rise to 7th in the table. A win for Bristol City, and they could go 2nd, depending on goal swing and all that kind of jazz. It's going to be a huge ask for them to get 2nd. But for them to just be in the consideration, in the conversation of playoffs right now is great. I did predict them to do very well this season. I also predicted Derby to do very well. Again, we're only in November, folks. We're only in November. A couple of predicts in there. Bedenia's gone with a 2-1 win for Bristol City. It is a bit of a derby. Edgar Samuel with a 2-1 win for Cardiff. Nightmare Seeker with a 3-1 win for Bristol City on this one as well. Constable with a 2-0 win for Cardiff. Ultra Murat with a 2-0 win for Cardiff. Dan Bateman, you did miss it. We are coming to make sure you just watch it. Just start from the beginning, buddy. Start from the beginning. Get your predictions in down below so we can take a little look at them next time around. For me, this game is going in the way of a draw. That's right, 2-2 in the end. Everyone will take home a point. And that should be job done for the international break. But what will this look like? If this picture was painted, what would the table look like? Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like this. Preston would go top of the table. How is that possible? Let me back that up. How is that possible? Leeds win, Preston win. Maybe it's, I don't know. Is it West Brom? Is it West Brom, the down? Yes, it is. It is West Brom, the banana skin. So Preston will go back top of the table at the end of this one, if my results come true. Leeds will be 2nd, Swansea 3rd, West Brom 4th, Forest 5th, and Bristol City 6th. Down the bottom would be Stoke, Barnsley, and Borough would be going down as it stands. Yep, Dan, well, I try my best, buddies. Rovers will be in 18th spot. Not looking good for them with relegation. A more unlikely scenario than anything else. But that, my friends, is what I've got for you for matchday number 16. Make sure if you're here with me live on the chat, get your predictions in the comment section down below. Just type them in there, and then I can take a look at them next time out. And we'll do it all again in a couple of weeks after the international break. We'll see how we get on. Any football questions you got for me now before I'll better wrap this baby up? If you do, pump them in the chat section right now. I ain't got that long. I've got to get ready for work. You know how it is, bills and all that kind of stuff. But tomorrow I'll be back for Premier League predictions. It'll be a little bit later on, about an hour's time, something like that. It'll be 5 o'clock UK time, 6 o'clock European time, and it'll be 12 o'clock my time, USA. I will be back on Saturday Internet permitting, fingers crossed, that will be live for a watch along. Rovers against Leeds, or Leeds against Rovers, should I say? The past few weeks, I've been saying that I'll be doing some watch alongs, but my internet has been wiggled out on me. Today, it's lucky, it's live, and it's good, strong connection, and hopefully we'll have that on Saturday, where we'll watch Rovers smash up Leeds at Ellen Road. Do I think Kosovo will qualify? Yes, I do. I think Kosovo will qualify as runners-up in their group. I'm not too sure about. They may even qualify through the sneaky backdoor of the playoffs. I'm not too sure how that works out. Looking forward to see you pick Bournemouth over Newcastle. I can't tell. I don't know what I've put, buddy. Yes, you have to come back tomorrow and take a little look and see what I've put, because I have no idea. But yes, looking forward to the European 2020. It's the final round of matches before those weird ass playoffs kick off in March. So we'll have a good indication of who's going to the main tournament next year. I look forward to that, and I'll see you all later on. Make sure you give this video some loving, smash it up, give it a 50. I don't know how many likes we got last time, but whatever we got last time, make sure we beat it this time around. And also make sure you smash subscribe if you're new. So whoever is watching right now, I've got nine people watching. I'm asking each one of the 9 of you to smash the like, get that up there, so it can get up there and then be found in the YouTube algorithm, which is a complicated beast. Anyway, I'll see you all again, which will be tomorrow for the Premier League. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.